Hey guys, in this video we're going to take a look at the accessory organs, the production of the digestive juices. The three macromolecules that we're going to discuss and their digestion is carbohydrates, proteins, and also lipids. So let's go ahead and start off with the salivary glands at the mouth. These release an enzyme called amylase. Amylase will begin to break down carbohydrates in the mouth. Now, this is not the only place where amylase is produced. It's also produced in the pancreas, but initially it's released here in your salivary glands. And you have three pairs of salivary glands. The first one on your cheeks is your parotid salivary gland, and then just below your mandible, your jaw, you have two pairs called your submandibular, and then just below your tongue there, you have the sublingual. Okay, now we're making our way down into the stomach that is bordered by your cardiac sphincter and your pyloric sphincter. You have the stomach that releases two juices. It releases others, but we're going to just highlight two. The first one is hydrochloric acid and pepsin. These are very strong molecules, enzymes that break down proteins. And the hydrochloric acid can also destroy any foreign pathogens like viruses or bacteria. Not all, but for the most part it does. And also, if you're constantly living in stress, that acid, if you're not in a homeostatic state, it can actually produce holes or ulcers in the stomach, causing a lot of pain in the digestive process. All right, so that's for proteins. And now the organ that's primarily responsible for breaking down fats is the liver. It produces something called bile. So if you have a very fatty meal, your liver will produce bile and it stores it in the gallbladder. Okay. Now, just below the liver and behind the stomach, you have the pancreas, and it's kind of lying there horizontal. The pancreas, as we've discussed in class, produces insulin, and that's the main enzyme that we discussed. And insulin helps control blood sugar by lowering it. Now, both the gallbladder and the pancreas, the reason why I'm kind of talking about these at the same time is because they will secrete their enzymes into the duodenum, right? So after the stomach has churned the food and it ejects it into the duodenum, depending on if it's a high carby meal, high sugar meal, or a very sweet drink, or perhaps a very fatty meal like something like fried food, or like let's say an avocado, which is where you can get your healthy fats. These two accessory organs or these two glands, which secrete enzymes, secrete it here in the duodenum, which will then assist the small intestine and further breaking. Now, the intestine also releases other enzymes. I'm not going to really highlight those too much. Just the ones that I mentioned before with the pancreas, liver, storing it in the gallbladder, and then the stomach for protein and the salivary glands. These are the ones that I'm mainly going to highlight in any quizzes or tests or even in the labs. So these are the ones that I want you to remember. These are the enzymes I want you to remember and keep in mind. All right, guys, thanks a lot. Good luck in your studying.